A very good afternoon, everyone. Today we have a very special guest with us from the school The Magical Years, Miss Kajari Mitra. So before we get into the session, I would like to introduce her to all of you. Miss Kajari Mitra is the Principal Coordinator at the Magical Years Montessori House of Children, Bengaluru. As a true believer of enriching children's lives with realistic methods of learning and her sheer love and inclination towards children, she chose to pursue her diploma in Montessori method of education from the Indian Montessori Training Center and qualified herself as the head trainer from Juzkidz, Singapore. With 18 years of teaching experience under her belt across 5 different Montessori schools and having worked with numerous children over the years, she believes that there is no better joy and satisfaction than imparting knowledge to children through the hands-on approach of Montessori. Kajari is also a trained Hindustani classical singer and believes that music too plays a vital role in orchestrating a child's mental growth. Her whole professional career has been about equipping her students with the necessary learnings through practical ways, ensuring a good early childhood experience. It is indeed an honor to have you with us. Thank you for being with us, Ms. Kajari.
Thank you, Ms. Archana.
So to begin with, Ms. Kajari, I would like to know from you that which year was the Magical Years started?
It was established in the year of 2010.
And if I may ask, what is the name itself, of course, sounds very magical, but what was the thought behind the name?
Yeah, so giving a sports integrated Montessori education platform to the children was a thought behind starting the Magical Years. The Montessori method combines scientific observation with a practical approach based on the discovered laws of development of the mind and body of the child. And sports give to the child more than just a physical being. It contributes to the child's development both psychologically and socially. And not only that, the founder of the Magical Years, Mr. Krishna Bhupati, firmly believed that sport adds value to this method of education by inculcating honesty.
That's lovely. Yeah. That's really good to hear. So, Ms. Kajari, I would like to know that, in Bangalore especially, there are schools mushrooming in every nook and corner, and especially where preschools are concerned, I would say in every second or third lane. So, with so many schools coming up, how do you stand to make a difference? Although you've already mentioned few things, few USPs about your school, but what is one thing that you feel would stand out about your school that would be different from the others?
Instead of taking one point, I can, share a couple of points with you. Like the Magical Years is a Montessori house of children, first of all. Then it is the second home for the child, where the child's need are being taken care of, be it developmental, emotional, the urge to learn, etc. The Magical Years, where it takes 4 integral components of the Montessori method, which is mental, technical, social, and physical required for complete development, and marks them into a unique foundation program for children. And not only that, information and details on the food served each day of the week is given to the children. Table etiquettes and sports are part of the curriculum. So children, whoever comes to the part of the Magical Years, children, they get hands-on experience in tennis, hockey, cricket, basketball, and football. And not only that, pickleball, which is a fast-growing sports, is introduced of late. After school care is an add-on on the facilities provided by the Magical Years. Then not only that, monthly theme-based art and craft activities which are related to the rich culture heritage of India, then season, etc., are incorporated in the program. And now our school, it is situated in the tennis village. So our open lawn at the Bhupati Tennis Village is a good spot for botany botany and zoology learning, in addition to other outdoor activities like planting sapling and getting opportunity to see them grow into trees, producing flowers and fruits. And child witnessing the plants grow along with his or her growth is a unique experience the child gets from the magical years.
Wow, that's so interesting. And I think it's such a unique thing about your school, because not many schools have so many varieties of different outdoor activities and so many games. That's amazing. Children have so much to choose from. So, Ms. Kajari, I would like to know from you, parents usually are, very confused about the boards, with gone are the days where whichever school was nearest to the house, people would just put their child in that school. But today they are very confused about, whether they should put their child in ICSE or CBSE or IGCSE or state board. So do you think that boards actually do define a child's success? Do they have any role to play?
See, frankly speaking, our child's success is not defined on the board to which the child is enrolled. Okay, so every board takes effort to design and organize a syllabus in order to enable and equip a child for success. But the success of a child depends on the custom-tailored methodologies adapted to enhance and groom a child's potential into remarkable success. So that is my belief.
That's very well said. I would like to know another thing from you, which parents are usually, worried about. They tend to say if their child is 4 years old and they see another child who's of the same age, probably knowing a lot more in reading, writing, or anything else, maybe have more developed motor skills. So what would you like to tell such parents that, is there any particular way that a child learns? Is there something that the parents could do to their child to help the child learn?
See, they are sending to the Magical Years school, which is already a Montessori school. Montessori, in the sense, it is not a name of a Montessori. It's a Montessori philosophy and psychology we follow, right? So basically, from my point of view, it will take a child learns best by practical experiences. And the child's interest also plays a vital role in the learning process. Here at the Magical Years, there is a wide range of interesting materials and activities which enable the child to learn concepts through practical experiences. Not only that, the sensitive period for the child, that is the period in the child's growth where the child grasps best. This is step by into the concepts are introduced and taught during the sensitive period. That is the way the child can learn a little bit, not only reading or writing. Other than reading, writing, it will help them to learn things much more faster.
Very true. And also the kind of, the world we are living in today, once the child comes back from school, so parents want that the child should go in for this class and that class. And, there are a number of classes that the child is put through. Mm-hmm. So do you think that there is any particular thing that will help a child to develop his or her overall personality? Because today, naturally, the parents want that child should develop overall. It's just not academically. So is there something that parents can help also with the, help their child in inculcating certain skills so that the child is able to develop this kind of personality?
Yeah. So see, being a good in academics alone is not sufficient for a child to succeed in life. And all-round development of the child is required, which is achieved by the Montessori program. So education is refined by the Montessori method as the process needed to develop and actualize human potential. And it is concerned with the blossoming of the entire personality of the child. So that is my belief.
So you, of course, follow the Montessori way of teaching and learning. So do you think that the curriculum has a huge role to play in the lives of children, especially during the early years?
Yes, activities give a child experience of practical learning, which is actually the essence of Montessori learning. So activities expose the child to hands-on experience where the child learns by trial and error method, which is enhance the imagination of the child. At the Magical Years, we have weekly and and monthly theme-based activities. The curriculum also included activities based on season and events.
So right now, what age groups are there in your school? I mean, what age groups are there? Which grades are there?
We have infancy and Montessori program.
Okay.
So infancy it is 1.5 to 2.5 years age group.
Okay.
And 2.5 to 6 or 6 plus, they will be in the Montessori end.
So are there any plans in extending and going beyond this age group?
As of now, no.
Okay.
But there are a couple of students who are continuing with us. Like maybe their age is 6.8 or 6.9.
Okay.
So this year they may leave the school. They will move to some other school.
So now where, of course, you said Montessori curriculum is, filled with activities. There would be regular activities that would be happening. So can you throw a little light on what kind of activities are done or, they take place on a regular basis, probably on a monthly basis or fortnightly basis?
Like,
what kind of
repeat the question?
Yes. So I'm asking that what kind of activities happen at your school? I mean, of course, there are I'm sure festival celebrations that you all do, but are there anything else which is related to curriculum or some kind of fun activities that happen at your school, some kind of special days?
Yeah, special day in the sense like, we have sports day. Okay. So sports day we do have, then we have graduation day, and those 2 days we invite our parents to the school. Not only that, like there are many events we celebrate in our school other than sports day and graduation day. Parents observation day is another important event for us. So during which the parents are allowed to observe their child working in the environment without the child is being aware of the parents' presence. The other important events are national days such as Republic Day and Independence Day, on which our national flag is hoisted at the magical years. We also organize field trip, which is an extension of house learning.
So during all these activities, how much of parent participation do you expect?
Parents participation, yes. So parents participation, parent support and nourishment is vital in this age group. Not only this age group, any age group. Parents help in extending the child experiences in the Montessori environment and enable the child to relate it to day-to-day activities of life. Parent-teachers meeting and parents observation are organized in which we expect 100% participation of the parent so that they can visualize the child's milestones being achieved. And we are proud to say not only that, that is our invitation, and in the magical years we are very proud to say that we are receiving 100% support from the magical years parent.
That's amazing. So what is the student teacher ratio that you have in your school across different age groups?
Yeah, in Montessori we follow 10:1 ratio, and in infancy we follow 8:1 ratio. But in each class, other than Montessori adult, there will be another helper to guide particular adult, Montessori adult.
So I would like to understand from you is that the workforce, as we call them, our teachers, which they say are the actual pillars of any school. Is there any particular process that you follow at the magical years to recruit teachers, and what are the qualities you look for apart from just their qualification?
Yeah, qualification in the sense, the first thing, and we choose an expert certified Montessori adult trained from the recognized Montessori Training Institute and is selected and allowed to guide the children in the Montessori environment. The selected individual would be under observation for 6 months. On the satisfactory completion of 6 months, the individual is recruited as a permanent employee. That's a rule we follow.
Okay. Are there any, regular trainings or refresher trainings that happen for the teachers on a regular basis?
Yes. once every month the teachers get refresher.
Okay. I know that in Montessori's way of learning and teaching, you look at the way when the child is ready, the child moves to the next level. But what about the children who are not able to cope up with the level of that particular grade or that particular age group? So do you have any kind of a system in place where some kind of a support is extended to such children?
Yeah, if you will concern about the motor skills, yes, like I told you before, it's a Montessori house of children. The key subjects in Montessori methodology called exercise of practical life. In short, we say EPL, and sensorial specifically focus on the development and fine tuning of coordination, prehensile and fine motor skills. The children with slow motor skills are given more such activities in order to improve their motor skills.
Is there any particular, homework policy that you follow, some kind of homework or worksheets that are given to children of certain age groups?
Yeah, as a homework policy, as Montessorian, we don't follow any homework kind of system. So children, they feel this is their next home. So whatever they're learning here, so the same thing same thing at home, they can experience it in a practical manner. But other than that, especially the third year kids who are all above 5, they will move from our school to that another school where everyone will not move to maybe not be a Montessori school. They may move to traditional school. So they to get adjusted with that homework process, we may sometimes give some homework, whatever already they have learned in the environment. It is not something new to them. They already know the pattern of writing or some kind of reading or some kind of number writing, and many of them they are very happy to take homework, because if you see the neighbor children, when they do their homework, they also feel to do some kind of work, so they will take it from their school. So that way, otherwise we are not very particular about homework, like today they will take the book and tomorrow they will finish it and complete it. And
so when these kind of worksheets are given, do you expect the parents to help the child, or do you expect, since the child has already been taught in the school, does the child complete the worksheets on his or her own?
Yes. Whatever work we give them to home, it is already taught in the school. Okay. So there is nothing called something new or explore or anything. We have, our school start from morning 8:30, and the elder kids, they stay here till 1:30. Additionally, we have after school care too. So that's a plenty time for them to experience and explore in the environment.
True.
So whatever if we'll give any worksheets or any homework or anything, that child already learned, just for a repetition or child satisfaction, we give them.
Okay. Another thing that you parents usually want to know is that how can they make their children into curious learners? How can they imbibe or inculcate this in their children? So can you share some of your thoughts, please?
Yeah, so carefully designed materials and activities stimulate independence exploration. Okay? The child process at his own space within an individualized learning framework, moving from simple activities to more complex ones. He strives to achieve perfection, though this process, his curiosity is satisfied, and he begins to experience the explosive thrill of discovering the world around him. An environment specially prepared to meet his developmental needs at the right time.
Okay. One of the things that parents today are very concerned about, that is predominantly on their mind, and that is to do with safety. So I'm sure all the schools have certain safety protocols in place. So at the magical years, what are some of the steps that you have taken to ensure that the child is safe in the environment?
The magical years has a child-friendly environment. The adult-child ratio I mentioned even before, that is 10:1, and helper is always accompanied, with an adult, and everywhere full-fledged camera, CCTV has all-around coverage. So that's a safety protocol we follow.
Okay. So I'm sure that you must be monitoring the CCTV cameras at all points of time. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I would like to know from you that, of course, you've got a lot of experience behind you, but what really inspired you to become an educator?
I could never imagine myself in any other profession other than teaching. My inspiration to be a teacher stems from my love of teaching children to be productive and a well-respected citizen.
Awesome. I hope many more people are inspired to become teachers. Any other things that you would like to share about your school with the parents? I'm sure with the things that you have told us already that many of them would love to have their children in your school, but I mean, we would love to see your school. It seems like such a green and open space for so many activities. But is there anything special that you would like to mention at this point of time about your school?
See, that way, only one thing I can mention. See, many of them, they mixed pre-primary school as a Montessori school. They Montessori school means where they have a certain Montessori materials. Not only materials, the adult should be certified from to give the presentation to a particular child with particular material in the right manner and the right way. Parents, not only parents, everyone should be aware of the difference between a traditional school or a Montessori school. So Montessori means not a preschool. Montessori school, there are many Montessori schools who have till 7th standard, even they have till 10th standard too. Their children, they are giving open school exam, or maybe 9th standard they will move to some state syllabus or CBSE, ISC or some their IB or many things, right? So that is one thing. As a Montessori educator or adult, I can just tell people like should not mixed with Montessori as a preschool.
Do you think transition from being into Montessori system to a regular board, is that smooth? Is that easy?
Yes, definitely easy. In our school, especially, what do we do is when the child is 5 plus, that is the maximum maximum kids they will move from our pre-primary environment to another environment where maybe Montessori they follow, maybe traditional or any other things. So basically school means in our mind what we feel is like a chair, table, a board, one teacher, they are getting homework, they are answering their questions, and there is a grade and all those things. So what do we do is once the child is 5 plus, with the mat work or individual work, we introduce them some group works too. Like, in a group, they will sit and write. Then on the chair table manner, maybe not the whole day of the day, some maybe half an hour for 40-45 minutes, just to get the essence of the, the Montessori children when they're moving to that. We see as a transit period. So bridging period. So that time, that one thing we do, then we start giving them dictation, whatever they have learned so far. So we give them the dictation, so with the full of confidence they can able to write it in their book. Then we keep kind of a quiz. It's not a competition, it's like a quiz. So we'll ask some question related to their learning with the science activity, with the geography or zoology or whatever. So the child will able to stand and give the answer, which is usually in the Montessori we don't do such thing. So that's a way. So our child will be ready to move from our Montessori pre-primary education to the next bigger environment, you can say. So smoothly that the transition happened very smooth.
Yes. So transition is quite smooth into another board as well. So
another whatever environment they will move to.
Yes, perfect. Anyway, we hope and pray that the magical years really does well, and I'm sure that the parents who are already there are the happy parents of happy children in the Montessori House of Children. So we hope that we see many more branches of the magical years coming up in Bengaluru soon. Thank you so much, Ms. Kajari. It was such a pleasure talking to you. All the very best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Archana.
Thank you.
Thank you.